All right, we've got 2 holes here I want to do. That's gonna make us mad, probably. Am I the asshole for telling my son that we don't really have any room for him right now, so he needs to live with his dad and stepmom? My ex-husband and I divorced when my son was 10. My ex had found someone new. We went for 50-50 custody, but he still had to pay some child support. I went back to school at that time. On the weeks his dad had him, I buckled down and did nothing but schoolwork. When he was with me, I made sure I had time for him before and after school. I did expect him to help around the house, but nothing excessive, mostly just cleaning up after himself and helping with cooking and laundry. His dad's house was more fun. I tried to make it my home welcoming. I bought a used PS4 and got fiber optic internet. It wasn't enough for him. When he was 14, he and his father got the court to award my ex primary custody. I did fight it, but my son made it clear he would run away if I didn't give in. Counseling didn't help. I tried everything. It was devastating having my son decide I wasn't someone he wanted to spend time with. He started skipping visitation. When he did come, he would leave the house and not come home until it was time to sleep. During this time, I started a relationship with my current husband. He helped me through this. He wasn't on my radar romantically, nobody was, so he got close by being an amazing friend. I asked him out and we got married 6 months later. We had known each other since I went back to university. 6 months after we got married, I got pregnant. By strange coincidence, so did the woman my ex was cheating with, not the woman he left me for, a newer model.
Oh my god, you guys! Drama bomb!
I had sold the house and my husband and I bought a condo together, just a 2-bedroom apartment with a tiny den. We made the den into a nursery and consolidated our offices into the 2nd bedroom. My ex moved in with his new girlfriend and she wasn't a fan of my son. My ex moved in with his new girlfriend. She isn't a fan of my son. His stepmother doesn't want him there if his father isn't there, so my son is also in the new house with his dad, his dad's pregnant girlfriend, and her mom. Okay. My son is 16 now and he called me to see if he could stay with me. I said I didn't really have any room. He asked me what I did with his room. He didn't even know I sold the house. He is very upset. He called me a bitch for not having a place for him to stay. I said he could stay in our living room on the couch. Not acceptable. I talked to my husband and we have enough money from the sale of my house and his old bachelor pad, as well as our condo, to buy back into the market. We were waiting for interest rates to fall and we were going to move to a more reasonably priced city. I told my son if he could take the living room for now, we could have a room for him in 6 months. He moved in with his grandparents. He isn't happy there. At least his dad got him a car so he can drive to his same school. My son is pissed that I prioritized my new baby and my work over him. I had no expectation to ever need to house him again. My ex called me and told me to make our office into a room for our son. I told him that our son's circumstances were his fault, not mine. Every single adult in that kid's life has failed him. So the top comment here is very good. I don't necessarily agree with everyone sucks here, but they said everyone sucks here. Your son made his decision and he got what he wanted. It's not cool that he is now facing the consequences of his father's infidelity again. But this decision is legally bound. It is your ex's responsibility to care for your son by his own doing. Literally took her to court to get sole custody. It's literally his responsibility. With that being said, as a mother, I think you are letting an opportunity to rekindle the relationship pass. He is 16 and it's probably really hard to reach out to you and ask for help. There has to be a more creative solution that can get you both under the same roof while also giving everyone their space during such a transitional stage. And then OP responded, I'm literally buying a house so he can have a room. What do you mean? And if you can stay on the couch for 6 months, you'll get your own room and the new house is reasonable. I think that's so reasonable. Mom tried to be a parent. Dad did whatever because he was lazy. The kid didn't realize how bad of a dad he is, right? Until it was too late. Until it was literally in his face that his dad is like, sorry, kid, my new fuck buddy doesn't like you, so you can't live with us. Get the fuck out. That only got custody just to fuck with OP. That's what it fucking sounds like, right? Like the dad doesn't give a shit about this kid. Otherwise, he'd put his foot down, right? Yeah, I'm saying not the asshole. I disagree with everyone sucks here. Am I the asshole for making my daughter choose a different restaurant for her birthday meal than the one she really wanted? This again, yeah. My 39F daughter very recently had her 17th birthday. My husband, 42M, and I told her to pick out a restaurant that she'd like us to take her to for her birthday. She chose a seafood restaurant that we'd never been to, and looking over the menu, I saw that the vast majority of the dishes contained shellfish. There were a few fish entrees as well as some surf and turf, but they were only a couple of non-seafood dishes. Our son, 15M, is deathly allergic to shellfish. He also can't stand fish. There were only a couple of dishes there that he could actually eat. I didn't want to take him there because I knew that he wouldn't really enjoy his meal, and I was worried about cross-contamination. I told my daughter that this restaurant wouldn't work and that she would have to pick out a different one. My son said that he would be fine just staying home, that we could use the money that we would have spent on his meal to just order him a pizza instead. My husband also insisted that since it was our daughter's birthday, that she should be able to choose the restaurant, and that our son would be fine home alone with pizza and video games. But here's the thing, we can only afford to go out as a family every so often. When we splurge on a restaurant meal, I want both of our children there. I insisted, and my daughter chose a different place, and we had a nice meal, in all caps, as a family! Listen, I'm the only thing holding this family together! It's not gonna come apart at the seams! We're gonna eat together! Fuck you and what you want for your fucking birthday! It's about me! But she's still a little salty that she didn't get to have her first choice of restaurants. Most people I've asked say that I'm wrong, but again, we can only afford to go out every so often. Is it so wrong that I wanted to do it as a family? My daughter still had a nice birthday meal. The son is 15. He'd have been so happy at home alone with a pizza, right, real. And literally they gave her the choice to choose a restaurant. Literally the dad and the son and the daughter, everyone except the mom, was like, yeah, we can make this work, and that's so fine. But the mom still was like, no, we're doing it my way. Yeah, mom is the asshole. OP is the asshole here. Never mind, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this one. Am I the asshole for banning my girlfriend from using glass cups when she is over at my house? My girlfriend has problems with glass. She is clumsy, always has been, and has broken many others before now. I would not mind, but she is also shit at cleaning the shards. This past week alone, she has dropped 3 glasses, 1 jar, 2 bowls, a coffee cup, and busted a plate by leaving it on the stovetop while the oven was preheating, despite being warned many times before that items should not be on the burners when the oven is heating because the conduction carries through. That's so much. Yeah, 1 week? It sounds purposeful or something is wrong. She's been stressed out at work, so I kind of attribute a lot of it to that. I can't even really say which glass objects have injured me specifically each time, just that I have been limping for a week because I stepped on a big shard that went into my foot, and some smaller ones went into my foot as well, plus some in my palms because I missed them when I kneeled to pull the ones that were in my foot. I think your girlfriend is an assassin playing the very, 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 very long game here. Death by 1,000 broken glass shards. I have stepped on or pressed my hand into glass 4 times this week. Tonight, when she asked for a soda, I poured it into a plastic cup instead of a glass one, like she prefers, and said she couldn't use my glasses, and she pitched a fit. I can't phrase it different. She progressively got angrier at me for bringing up the other broken glasses because they were just accidents. And I shouldn't punish her, especially because I started mentioning others before this week. But even so, I am sick of going through gauze and tape. She insists I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, and I should clean it up myself to my specifications because she does her best. I mean, yes, he does know how to clean, but like, you broke the fucking glass. Clean up the fucking glass that you broke, especially when you do fucking 8 different times in a week, 8 different fucking glass items. And then you're just letting the glass what? An update. I apologized for how I did things that night because the conversation surrounding the glass thing had been ongoing, and me just giving her the cup was rude and shutting things down. So we're talking again more about things and how to handle it. She promised to tell me now every time she breaks something, even if she thinks she got it all, so I don't get any surprises. She just wasn't telling you? She just wasn't telling you when you, oh my God. She doesn't think she needs to go to the extreme of getting an exam or anything because it's not as bad normally, so this is just a bad spell and not indicative of how she usually is. So getting tested based off of this is needless. I don't think it is. It is needed. You are breaking glass and leaving the shards out for people to get hurt. I cannot, this post isn't real. This post isn't fucking real. This is, if this, I don't use this word lightly. If this post is real, this is fucking insane. I ended up needing to go to the urgent care, and there was still glass apparently in a few of the cuts on my feet. I guess she isn't the only one bad at cleaning glass. Feet are doing better, got some antibiotics for the infection, and now I'm riding slowly because of the palm ones. GF has been super apologetic ever since I got back and told her what they said and said she didn't realize how much it hurt me. So I should have been more clear about that instead of making her feel like I was just upset about her breaking stuff, which is fair, I guess. She's being super careful with glass right now and said maybe we can go to Target because she found a set she wants to buy and go to the movies together and dinner. Make it a fun thing instead of making her feel bad and all. I don't trust like this. I'm being super careful now. Let's go buy another set of glassware. She didn't tell him she broke the glass. He didn't tell her he was getting riddled with the shards. They do not complement each other well. No. It's like if Mr. Bean and Mr. Magoo got married. Oh, God. At first I was leaning not the asshole, but does everyone suck here? Oh, comments here. Top comment, how long has this clumsiness been going on? I'd be worried there's an underlying medical issue because that's a huge number of items to have been broken in such a short space of time. Does she give any reason why she drops things? Could it be eyesight, nerve issues, or something more involved like a neurological problem? And the clumsiness is just a symptom. You need to encourage her to get checked out by a doctor because this isn't normal. OP responds, she has been breaking stuff since she was a kid. Dropping, bumping into, being forceful, bull in a china shop. The only thing that they really found testing was some ankle turning. There's a technical term I can't remember, basically toes pointed in, which attributed to her tripping, but PT at around 9-ish helped a lot. She does go through phases and is more clumsy when stressed or frustrated or emotional. As such, she doesn't think it's an abnormal amount of clumsiness. I mean, and if I say anything, I'm being frustrated or exaggerating. She has an untreated condition that gets worse when she's stressed because quote unquote normal people don't get this level of clumsy when they're stressed. Yeah, it needs to be addressed. Why doesn't she have stress mugs then? Use the plastic when she is stressed. Right, and when given a plastic cup, she fucking threw a tantrum about it. And then she's like, oh no, I don't need to go to a doctor. I don't, this whole situation, this is fucking weird. This whole situation is fucking weird.
Why are we here? Why do I do this every day?
I'm your daddy.
I guess that's why. I guess that's as good as answer as any.